day, St. Martin. I'm Yesenia Lázaro.
And I'm awesome.
And welcome to another edition of St. Martin News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
It's a Throwback Thursday today, right? Let's check out the headlines.
Controversial letter from the airport triggers political firestorm. Issue quickly extinguished. In St. Martin, a letter from the Princess Juliana International Airport Operating Board set off one of the year's biggest political controversies and was retracted within hours. On September 1st, CEO Michael Cleaver announced that access cards for airport workers born on the French side would no longer be issued unless they held valid work permits. The move, reportedly discussed with the Ministry of Labor, was framed as a step to enforce immigration and labor laws. But the fallout was immediate. Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport and Telecommunication, the Honorable Grisha Heilige-Martin, distanced herself, declaring she could not support anything that divides the island's people. She emphasized that families, businesses, and the airport itself have always depended on cross-border cooperation. Member of Parliament Ludmila de Weaver went further, blasting what she called a silo government and arguing the policy unfairly targeted French-side residents while ignoring larger problems such as illegal labor and tax leakages. She reminded colleagues of her grandfather Félix Choisy's words, "The gale doesn't stop at the border." The uproar forced the Council of Ministers into an emergency meeting on Wednesday morning, where Labour Minister the Honourable Reginald Brugge faced pressure to reverse course. By midday, the airport issued a retraction confirming the earlier directive would not be implemented. Though the crisis has cooled, it leaves lingering questions about government coordination and the airport's governance.
Training boosts safety for school bus operators. In St. Martin, school bus operators have completed a new round of training ahead of the 2025-2026 academic year. The session, held on August 18th, was organized by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Police Force and the Inspectorate of Economic and Transport Affairs. It focused on both safety and accountability, introducing drivers to the draft fleet tracking system, a tool designed to improve monitoring, oversight, and student protection. Beyond technology, the program emphasized real-world skills. Drivers were guided through de-escalation techniques and reminded of transportation safety standards, ensuring they are better prepared to handle challenges both on the road and inside their buses. Organizers highlighted that school transportation safety is not just the responsibility of operators, but of the wider community. Greater awareness, they noted, is needed to ensure that students travel to and from school securely. The ministry and its partners say this collaborative approach marks the start of continued dialogue, training, and advocacy, all aimed at raising safety standards for every child who depends on the school bus system.
Dutch Quarter courts upgraded for basketball and netball. In Dutch Quarter, the community is celebrating a major upgrade to its sports facilities. The National Sports Institute, working with Rebuild SXM, has installed a new dual-function basketball and netball structure at the Dutch Quarter Community Court. The innovative system allows the hoop to rotate, making the court suitable for both basketball and the rapidly growing sport of netball. With this addition, Dutch Quarter becomes the island's second official community to host a venue for netball. The facility also provides a valuable training ground for the Dr. Martin Luther King Junior Primary School team, giving young athletes a nearby space to sharpen their skills. The court is already open for use, and the NSI is encouraging residents and athletes to make the most of the upgraded space. The organization says this project highlights the power of partnership in expanding opportunities for sports and community engagement. NSI also expressed thanks to Rebuild SXM for its support and invited other groups to collaborate on future projects to strengthen the island's sports culture. Coming up in our featured story, Clara Reyes shared the behind-the-scenes stories of St. Martin's delegation at CARIFESTA 15 and what it means for local artists preparing for 2027.
A new day begins. The sun rises over St. Martin, bringing new energy, new possibilities. This island was built on resilience, progress, and the strength of its people. Our connection is what moves us forward. It links our communities, our businesses, our families. From the heart of the island to the shores beyond, we've connected St. Martin. From every street to every home, this network was built for St. Martin by St. Martin hands. Connection isn't just about signals, it's about people. This is your island and your network recharged. Proudly local, we're here for today, tomorrow, and every milestone ahead.
With a Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Martin, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us. And that's your Sunshine Report, brought to you by the Met Department of St. Martin. So as you enjoy your week, stay safe, stay friendly. Sunshine City.
The Cadastre and a Land Registry would like the public to be advised that their offices will be closed on Friday, September 5th, and will reopen and resume normal business hours on Monday, September 8th. They apologize for any inconvenience they may have caused and thank you for your kind understanding. Business Hoops 2026 returns bigger and bolder. After a successful debut last year, Business Hoops is back for 2026, promising bigger teams and bolder competition. The first planning meeting was held on September 1st at the L.B. Scott Sports Auditorium, setting the stage for the tournament run in January 29th, February 7th, 2026. Next year's edition expands from 12 to 16 teams and from 8 to 10 days, bringing together returning favorites and new challengers from across the business community. In our last competition, Port St. Martin claimed victory over SXM Airport in a thrilling final, Organizers say this year will continue to combine athletic competition with networking and community engagement, fostering connections both on and off the court. Business Hoops aims to strengthen camaraderie, showcase corporate pride, and celebrate teamwork while giving participants a chance to build bridges across industries. Organizers encourage everyone to stay tuned for the official game schedule and team features as the countdown to tip-off begins.
St. Dominic High School IB candidates outperformed global average in May 2025 exams. St. Dominic High School is celebrating outstanding results from its May 2025 International Baccalaureate Diploma candidates. This year, 17 students registered for the exams, including 16 diploma candidates. 14 successfully earned their diplomas, giving the school an 88% pass rate, well above the global average of 81%. The average points of diploma earners at St. Dominic was 33, surpassing the global average of 30.58. Two students, Rahim Hussein and Lehar Maratha, joined the top 11.5% worldwide by scoring 41 and 40 points respectively, including perfect scores in subjects such as business management, chemistry, and biology HL. Other top performers included Natasha Wasani with 39 points and Princess Wasani with 37. St. Dominic candidates also exceeded the world average in 9 subjects, including biology, chemistry, business management, English literature, environment systems, Mandarin, Spanish, and physics. Several students earned the maximum 3 bonus points for excellence in extended essay and theory of knowledge. School officials praised the dedication of teachers and staff, noting that grade predictions were highly accurate and reflected strong assessment practices. The results reinforced St. Dominic's High's commitment to academic excellence, preparing students as critical thinkers, reflective learners, and global citizens.
Haitian Association urges halt to deportations amid crisis. The United Haitian Council Association of St. Martin is calling on the government to suspend deportations of Haitian nationals, citing the ongoing crisis in Haiti. Association President Jackson D'Ambreville told reporters that deportations are already occurring, with some individuals unable to return safely to their homes due to widespread violence. He warned that many deportees face extreme danger, with some being killed or forced to join gangs as conditions in their communities have deteriorated. The group formally requested a meeting with Justice Minister the Honorable Natalie Tackling to discuss the humanitarian concerns. Their September 1st letter stresses that deporting Asians at this time could put lives at risk, given the country's political instability, gang violence, and lack of basic resources. Vice President Jonini Chatelier echoed the call, urging the government to take immediate action to ensure the safety and dignity of Haitian residents in St. Martin. The association emphasized that halting repatriations would reflect both a humanitarian approach and St. Martin's commitment to human rights during this ongoing crisis. Stay tuned. After the break, we'll hear Clara's insight on how CARIFESTA strengthens Caribbean unity and why St. Martin's cultural presence is growing stronger than ever. The Cadastre and a Land Registry would like the public to be advised that their offices will be closed on Friday, September 5th, and will reopen and resume normal business hours on Monday, September 8th. They apologize for any inconvenience they may have caused and thank you for your kind understanding.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected. know, but I never fear. I know, tell them it's there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Caribbean culture is vibrant, diverse, and ever evolving. And for artists and cultural leaders, events like CARIFESTA offer a rare chance to come together, share ideas, and showcase talent on a regional stage. Today, our own Glenda York of Great Bay Media and GCY Initiative, the host of Sit, Sip, and Chat and local podcast Moms in Paradise, sat down with Clara Reyes, head of the culture department, to hear about her recent trip to CARIFESTA 15 in Barbados. From the experience of the delegation to lessons learned for St. Martin's future participation, we get an inside look at what it means to represent our island on a Caribbean stage.
Hello, my name is Glenda York of Great Bay Media, and I'm here with the head of the cultural department at Government of St. Martin, Miss Clara Reyes. No stranger to any of us, or she shouldn't be at this point. Fresh from CARIFESTA 2025 in Barbados. First off, overall experience, what is the word that comes to mind?
Sublime. Yeah. One word, I would be sublime.
Okay, awesome. So for those that don't know or haven't been queuing up, so this year in 2025, St. Martin went over with a delegation to represent our beautiful island amongst the Caribbean. It's mostly towards the arts, correct?
Okay, CARIFESTA is the single most important Caribbean event that happens in the Caribbean. It was born in 1972 by the visionaries of who envisioned a one Caribbean nation. So it was a conference where all our intellectual and our political leaders got to discuss various topics. And then out of that session came out the vision for CARIFESTA, creating a platform that showcases our excellence across the board, in heritage, in the arts, in scholarly discourse, in commerce, in entrepreneurship, innovation. So everything and anything that is a Caribbean is captured, encompasses in CARIFESTA. So it is the ultimate, for me at least, and I know for quite a few people, to be part of the experience, to host the experience, to attend it, to engage in any formula, in any platform that you can be part of CARIFESTA. It's a very important platform.
And it seemed that way because this year we went to the delegation. How much was in the delegation?
Oh, so that's an interesting story. Okay. So officially, the Department of Culture was only allowed 4 artists, and then the tourism department allowed 2 artists. So we had 6 officials, but then when people started finding out that there was a delegation going, they actually called the department and said, could we pay our own way to go, which they did. Nice. So that included Zilla Duzon, that included Lucinda Odea from Funtopia, and Sammy D'Alexis, a drummer. Now, after that, I got 2 more calls from 2 regular St. Martin women, teacher Arlene and Candy Miller. Said, listen, we're going on a girls' trip, we're going on vacation. I'm like, really? So guess what? You're going to be on my delegation. And then I got a call from Neil the Ardine. She's like, Clara, we're going with 9 people to CARIFESTA. I said, really? Guess what? You're going to be part of my delegation too, and you're going to work for St. Martin.
There we go.
So in the end, we had 25 people, and the Neil the Ardine team was fantastic. It consisted of a sitting member of parliament from Curacao, Miss Susie Camilo Romer, also former Prime Minister of the Netherlands Antilles, a retired also ombudsman.
Yeah.
So we had some big wigs from us. We had about 5 persons coming in from Curacao, and then later on, we was joined by another gentleman called Elton Villarreal, who heard about CARIFESTA. He said, well, can I tag along? I'm like, St. Martin? Well, we will welcome you. So in the end, the delegation consisted of 25 persons that all went to CARIFESTA and all participated in all the venues. And for country night, I had a wonderful showcase about 19 people on stage. Yes. That included people on vacation and the visiting artists. Now that might sound a little cockamamie, but the idea was, you know, there are delegates in CARIFESTA that have hundreds of people, so they get to put a massive showcase. So I was like, we got to rep. And we repped.
And you did it wonderfully, because I did see snippets of it. I'm waiting for put together of everything so I can see exactly where St. Martin shined the most. But I did see King James and King Kembe on the stage. Yes. And then we were able to do I believe, the interview in Barbados today as well. So the rest of the Caribbean were exposed to us as we are, and I enjoy that the host was saying, we thought of St. Martin as this, but St. Martin actually has all of this to offer.
And that was the impetus. The impetus was to show that St. Martin is more than a shopping center, because I've heard people say that. You know, we come to St. Martin just to shop. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, I was literally told that to my face. It's like, you know, we don't think of Oyo as cultural. We think of Oyo as a shopping center, like, you know. So it was very important that we went there and said, listen, we have a very important point of view. We are part of the conversation of what it is to be Caribbean. I selected people that are interdisciplinary, so we could tell a story in film, in dance, in poetry, in drum. So we had a wide variety. In fashion. So we were able to participate both on presenters, but also as we gave workshops and we performed. So we engaged in as many levels I could squeeze all these poor people in, even those that were on vacation. So we were part of the opening ceremony. That was important. We were also part of the country night, which is also one of the big highlights of CARIFESTA.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. So then, in planning for CARIFESTA
2027,
so it's every 2 years.
Yes, it's a state-to-state event. So a country will win the bid. Okay. And then you get to host CARIFESTA. So it's like the Olympic, really and truly the Olympic of arts, culture, and heritage, and Caribbean intelligentsia.
Awesome.
So you get to bid and then you host. And it's a collaboration between the CARICOM organizational body and the host country, because it's not a cheap event to host. And the most important thing I need people to understand, this is not a money-making venture. When a country takes on CARIFESTA, they're operating at a loss. But what they get to do with it, what they get to bring to the country. So for instance, this CARIFESTA had about 2,500 performers, participants. That's not including the entourage that you bring. So my entourage on paper record shows I'm 11, but we brought 25. So if you're coming with 100 people, you quadruple those numbers. So it brings a wide variety of people to your country. You get to network on a very grand scale within the Caribbean, because the Caribbean from Cuba to Trinidad is 44 million people. Hello. It's like being part of this whole Caribbean family. So although we're all individuals, we're still a Caribbean family, and there's so many crossovers, so many similarities, and you feel like, oh my God, this is like the biggest block party of the Caribbean. You come together. Carnival is one thing. CARIFESTA is like another level. You know, this is like intellectual discourse. You know, you really engage with very important conversation. So we participated in the copyrights infringement lectures. We participated in the CARICOM discussions on reparations. King James, who was part of the copyrights lecture, went to follow up, and then someone said, hey, you're an artist. He got recording sessions while in CARIFESTA. So it's really a grand opportunity to showcase, to show up and tell your story and really put St. Martin on the map. And the people that went, they themselves make huge important connections for future work. And what's great about CARIFESTA, it started off as a state-to-state affair, but over the years, they expanded the diaspora. So which means if you're a Caribbean artist working in Africa, in Timbuktu, in Bulgaria, you get to come back home and showcase your work. Then they also included something called the Fringes, which now allows for independent artists to apply directly to CARIFESTA, and they can enter on the same platform.
So you don't have to be a part of your country, you can go yourself.
You can apply on your own, and you could even say, you know what? because we are dealing with restricted budget. So that's our facts of life. But you could say, you know what? We're going to raise our funds. We're going to come. Can we still fly under your flag? And of course. So for 2077, St. Martin artists, get ready. Start preparing your repertoire. Start building your story. Start creating the works that you will submit, you know, your films, your dances, your choreography, your music. There's multiple platforms to engage in CARIFESTA and multiple people to see you.
So if Clara had her way, CARIFESTA 2027, who we going with, what we showing off, how we showing up?
Every discipline that's available, everything that's cultural and everything that's modern contemporary. Like we kind of did, like a mini version of what we did, but expanded. So culture night, we did traditional cultural St. Martin, but we ended with fete and bacchanal.
Yeah.
You understand? So they get to see the party side of us as well as the traditional cultural heritage side of us. And then for the films, like I said, we couldn't carry dancers, but we had a wonderful film called Atlantis Rebirth.
Yes.
By Jonathan van Arneman, and we got to showcase the St. Martin dance quality as well.
Yes. Okay.
And so I would carry every discipline that's available, every genre that's available in CARIFESTA. I would really let people know, find yourself somewhere and let's go there.
Very cool.
Don't just be a participant in terms of showcasing your art, but also have a point of view. Write your papers, because normally they have called for papers.
Okay.
So you can write a paper on a topic, you know, and say, okay, they're having a discussion about this topic. Oh, I can present on this. So you can be a presenter in some so like university students, they could go. University professors, they could go and present, you know. Yeah, so it's really the ultimate it of being a Caribbean person, and it felt great. The bigger countries, they all work with their DCOM, with their government. So they had their own TV station set up, so there was constant broadcasting. So I would definitely work with a film crew to really document our story better. Right now, it was dependent on all of us with our phones to like tell our stories. But it was great to have a centralized where you can report in and rebroadcast out what was happening in CARIFESTA. So I definitely would work with multiple camera people to say, okay, follow as much as you can. And then we can all meet in the evening and recap and do edits and push it back out for like a media house to really showcase what St. Martin is doing.
So St. Martin can see exactly the impact that we are having abroad at CARIFESTA. Clara, thank you so much. I know that was not even a little piece of the CARIFESTA experience, but we do appreciate you sharing what you could with us. And yeah, I think we're definitely looking forward to CARIFESTA
2027. This television station, make sure you get your credentials right, or you can go as a media to cover us from the time we get to the airport until we land and come out, and every event that's happening.
Guys, thank you so much for being here for Great Bay Media. My name is Glenda York.
From Barbados back to St. Martin, Clara Reyes and her team brought home more than memories. They brought inspiration, ideas, and a renewed commitment to showcasing our island's culture on a Caribbean stage. As our artists prepare for the next CARIFESTA, events like these remind us that while each island has its own story, together we celebrate one vibrant Caribbean identity. That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Martin News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning on TV 15 at 8 a.m. And then after that on social media platforms. I'm Austin Lodge.
And I'm Yesenia Lassiter, wishing you an amazing evening. To see you tomorrow.
Let's do it together.
Stay friendly, St. Martin.
Stay friendly, St. Martin. You could do it like that. But next time, stay friendly, St. Martin.